Today on the channel, like a young Eric Bischoff, I'm back and better than ever.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and the reports of my death have been greatly exaggerated at this point here, as I'm back and in style here. I'm back in style on my YouTube channel, and I gotta send a special thank you early out to everybody in this very video, be it on YouTube, be it on the X, the Instagram, the TikToks, wherever, direct messages. I appreciate everybody that was so worried about my channel, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in this very video, as I do appreciate people that actually care out there. So it's very nice of you guys to send those kind of messages. And of course, what is this video about? This is going to be about my channel. Yes, my channel getting hacked. And a lot of you guys knew, and a lot of you guys and gals probably didn't even realize it was hacked. So I'll talk about that a little bit as well. But I'll just, I guess, start from the top on this one. And I got to thank my lawyer.
Hi, I'm attorney at law Zach Wild, and I'm here to fight for you!
As I really owe a lot to good friend of the channel, Zach Wild, for getting me back in business. And then, of course, junior attorney Jeff George also helping out on the case as well. Hopefully he makes full partner sooner rather than later. But all joking aside, long story short, or short story long, whatever it could end up being here, we'll just kind of ramble through this video. But late Saturday night into Sunday morning, somewhere in that time where I was sleeping, somebody got a hold of my Gmail account. So my Gmail email, of course, which if you guys are familiar with YouTube and Google, it's all combined with my YouTube channel. So they got a hold of my email, and everybody was saying, Kyle, you should have had two-factor authenticator on. Well, guess what? I did. And I've always said in the back of my head, if a hacker or somebody really wants to get into your stuff, they can find a way. But at the end of the day, is the juice worth the squeeze? In my case, I don't think it really was. And once again, we'll talk about that here in a second as well. But they got into my Gmail, which then got them into my YouTube channel. So obviously disappointing. As you guys know me, I'm very consistent. That is one thing I will always outwork. I will always out-hustle everybody. I might not be the smartest person in the world, but I will show up and I will get the job done. It might take me a couple minutes longer, maybe a couple hours later, but it's going to get done one way or the other. And I am very consistent, and I'm a man of a routine and a never give up attitude, and that's what I was. So Sunday morning, like clockwork, you've been on this channel. It's been here for 5 years. Have I ever missed an upload? I never have. And thankfully, out of all this, just with the scheduled uploads and the timing, I didn't miss a day of posting. Now, I didn't, unfortunately, Sunday get to post 3 videos. I only got to post 1. Same thing on Monday. I only got to post 1. But my streak is still alive in my brain that I posted every single day. I was really worried about that, which is really stupid in the grand scheme of things. But I did get a post up that day. Did get weekly purchases up a day late on Monday. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully you checked it out if you missed it. But I am a man of consistency, and I did get those there. So I was very relieved about that, but it was frustrating I didn't get to have those videos. And just be honest, it's very frustrating when you lose control of something like that. I'm sure we've all had that moment somewhere in our life where, oh my gosh, what do I do right now? How am I going to get some help here? What's going to happen? It's a scary feeling. It's a scary feeling, especially as something you're so passionate about. You know, my YouTube channel. I enjoy my YouTube channel. I enjoy doing the videos. I enjoy conversing with everybody. So to have that pulled out just like that and done and no way to get back into, pretty scary feeling for a second there. So of course I realized Sunday morning, uh-oh, something's up. I have all these security alerts saying somebody's trying to get in, and all that, and somehow they did. Even with the 2-step authenticator on, they still got through that, which is absolutely wild to me. But like I said, I think if somebody really wants in bad enough, they can get in if they want to. So I realize what's going on. I'm immediately start Googling. Very cool plot twist there. What do I do here? And it's just absolutely wild to me that there is no email, there's no phone number to get help with Google right away. Now, I put my business hat on and I be a little bit realist. Even when you're in these dire situations, you got to think, if they did have a phone number or an email, how many calls and how many emails would they get constantly? Why is the algorithm doing this to me? Why isn't this video posting? Why isn't this, I mean, it'd be just bombarded with a lot of dumb questions where the hard ones and the ones people really need help, we get lost in the mix. So I understand it a little bit, but you feel very helpless when there's no way way to get a hold of anybody. There's no way to get any help. So I immediately go to the recovery process. I read through all that stuff. I'm beyond it at that point. They have taken my account. They've changed the passkeys. They've changed everything. I'm locked out. And then, of course, that no good Matt Cardona. Wait, what? Todd McFarland? That's right. It's not Matt Cardona. It was the Cardano Foundation, which apparently is some cryptocurrency thing. And that seems to be a lot of hackers in this day and age, cryptocurrency thing. But that was the one that took over my YouTube channel. So many people messaging me, why did you change your channel name? What is going there? So very confusing time, of course. And for my channel, I didn't see them really do anything, and I guess we'll get to that as well. But they hacked it, they took it over, and I'm just kind of helpless trying to figure out a way. So I did see in a few messages in the search that you have to go to the X, the former Twitter, and send a message to YouTube. So at YouTube creator, whatever it was, help me out. Here's what's happened. I've lost my channel and my email. Can you please help me? Well, they immediately got back to me within like 2 minutes. They responded to that tweet. Here's the auto recovery thing. I'm like, no, I don't need that. They have taken it. I need help beyond this. Can you send me a direct message? Crickets. Unfortunately, at first I'm like, this will be pretty easy. They got right back to me within 2 minutes. That's how this will go. Nope. I sit there for like 5-6 hours, no message. And everybody said, be patient. They'll get to you. They'll get to you. Well, this is a Sunday, and I think they're working 24/7 there, and I'm sure they got a big team, but like I said, they have probably a lot of people bugging them all the time. So I sit there for 5 or 6 hours, nothing. And by then, a lot of people have figured out what's going on. What's this Cardona Foundation? What is going on? Why there's no video? So I'm getting bombarded with messages. I apologize if I didn't answer to you guys that sent me a message, as I was obviously pretty busy trying to figure this all out and trying to refresh my Twitter feed like crazy, hoping they would answer me back. But 5 or 6 hours went by, so I sent another message, and crickets, nothing. I didn't hear anything. I sent more in that message than the first one because I didn't want them to just say, here's the auto recovery. I've tried auto recovery. I've tried this. Nothing. But I will say I got to thank each and every one of you guys and you gals out there, because a lot of people signal boosted that on Twitter. They reposted. They posted themselves. They tagged the YouTube help. They tagged me and saying, hey, get Kyle's channel back. Something's wrong. Kyle's channel back. And I truly feel, I don't know it for a fact, but in my heart of hearts, in my Willie Nelson heart, I feel like that helped signal boost me. That helped get YouTube's attention a little bit faster. Why do I have all this channel people hammering? So sometime about maybe 6 o'clock that night, so we were going about 11 hours later, they did send me a DM. And then, of course, they were very helpful. I got to commend the YouTube team. They don't put their names in there or anything, but very helpful through the Twitter DM, X DM. They said, hey, here's the sheet. Go to this sheet and fill this out. So I fill it out. I get all this stuff out, and they said, we'll be back to you. So I fill it out. They said there's 2 different options to fill out. Option 1, I was way beyond that point. I was in the option 2, or the hardcore part of it all. Got it all filled out, sent it back, and then I waited. And I was hoping it would be fairly fast. I waited till about 11:30 at night. By that time, I was exhausted. I got a real job, whether or not you guys know it, one of the busiest times of the year for me. So I knew I had a scary Monday looking me in the face, that I better go to bed at 11:30. So I went to bed at 11:30. Of course, what does the X message comes back at 11:35, I find out the next morning. I'm like, man, if I would have stayed up just 5 more minutes, I could have got the ball rolling even faster. It was what it was, but Monday morning, I did get back after it, and I filled out the second part of it, and then they had to review it and all this stuff. I had to put all kinds of info. Luckily, I had all that in my head, and I had it written down on some of the other things I needed. Obviously, it's pretty easy to figure out if you're Google, like, okay, wait, this guy posts from 99% of the time the same location, the same IP address, the same iPhone, iPads, whatever it is, and this person, they took it over about this time on this day, it's from a different country, whatever it may be. I think it was a pretty cut and dry case for them. So they did, of course, go through all that. And finally, about Monday night, somewhere Monday evening, maybe 5 o'clock my time or so, I get the email back, Kyle, here it is, go in there right away. You got to do it within like an hour. Go get your account back, put your new password in, set up your authenticators, set all that stuff up again. Immediately got in there, did that. Thankfully, it all worked. It went through, got my Gmail back, and then I immediately went over to the YouTube. About that time, I put up weekly purchases. Said, gotta get that bad boy out. It's a day late. But got weekly purchases out. Got the graphics of the Cardano Foundation, Federation, whatever they were. Got those off the page, and thankfully, going through my YouTube, I don't see any issues. I don't see any changes. I didn't see anything. Same thing with my Gmail. Went through, didn't see anything sent out of there. Didn't see anything. And the joke's on them a little bit, because they probably thought my Gmail account would be linked to like banks and all kinds of stuff. I don't use that Gmail account for anything but YouTube. So only thing that comes in there is spam. It's all these places from Asia saying, hey, we got these new toe sharpeners for cats. Do you want to try to review one on your channel? So that's the only thing I really get over there. And we'll look for that video soon. But I didn't get anything special in there, so there was nothing for them to get in there. I don't know what they could get out of the YouTube channel. I mean, I don't know what the Cardano Foundation, apparently some kind of Bitcoin or something like that organization. Who knows if it was even them or what. I don't know what they thought they were going to get out of stuff. They didn't have time, I don't think, because this got done in about 24 hours. I mean, I don't know, almost 35 hours, something like that, from start to finish, getting my account back. So once again, the Google team, shout out to them for working fast, because I've heard of a lot of other channels, I've heard of other people losing accounts, losing things for weeks upon weeks at a time. Thankfully, Google got after it right away. I was very consistent getting back to them, and things got worked out in a little over a day. So very happy for that, very thankful for that. But as I said earlier, a very scary time. You just don't know what's going on. You just feel very, very helpless. But all is right. It's all fixed. It's all back. I got a little delay on videos, I guess, but they'll get out there eventually. But I do really appreciate everybody sitting there worrying about me, saying, Kyle, where are you? Okay? Have you sold your channel? What is going on? Sometimes you get in the hype of just delivering video after video after video, and you don't realize how much people care and how much of a part of a daily routine, a weekly routine, whatever it is. And people are like, hey, my day is ruined. I usually drink my coffee with your video, or something like that every morning. So that really means a lot to my black heart. It means a lot out there. So really appreciate everybody caring about the channel, worried about the channel and stuff. And once again, thanks to the Google team. They got it done very, very quickly. Very strange though, but like I said at the top, I think if somebody wants to hack you, they'll find a way to hack you. You just gotta hope it all works out in the end, and thankfully for me, it worked out really good in the end this time. We'll see what happens. I guess it could always happen again. I've heard other channels get hacked multiple times, and I don't know. I hope I don't get hacked, but I don't do a lot as stuff where I would be in weird websites and things like that. I don't go to those kind of places, or at least I try not to on purpose. But a wacky ordeal. Just happy to have it over with. Back on track here, because I was really worried. I said, man, if I don't get my account back for weeks, I got all these top 5 lists, all these top 10 lists, possibly a room tour before the end of the year. There's a lot of good videos that'll just never happen, I guess, is what I was thinking. But here we are, and I did keep posting stuff on Patreon, so that was kind of nice to have that outlet on Patreon. So I guess if something ever happens and I lose my YouTube channel, I can just post to the Patreon members over there. Is what it is, I guess. But a dangerous couple of days, a dangerous meeting, but thankfully all was right in the end, and it only lasted a little. It felt like an eternity, but it sure did turn around pretty quickly. So once again, wanted to just put a video up because a lot of people asking what the story is, what happened, how that happened, all that kind of stuff. I have no idea how they hacked me. I have no idea at all. But it did turn out right in the end. You're watching this video after all, so it did work out there. So there it is. That's my sad story for about a day and a half. But once again, the process of this video, or the meaning of this video, is to thank everybody that sent out messages, be it in direct messages, YouTube, social media comments. I really do appreciate that you guys care enough about my channel going away. So thank you all out there. So there it is. That is my sad story. My sad, depressing story. But we're back. We're back, baby. We're back. Like a young Aerosmith, we're back in the saddle again. You guys know by now, check me out, of course, over there on Patreon for early access to both YouTube channel videos. You know that whole rigmarole. Don't forget SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads and Instagram. Now on TikTok for all the sick dance moves, of course. Pro wrestling tees as well. And then my book, The Complete Guide to the Classic Superstars, now on Kindle. So there it is. Until next time, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.